what we do in Great Falls Comedy Club in Auburn, Maine. That's pretty good, I'll take that. Yeah, that's right, my name is Julie Nye, and I know I do talk funny, but not that funny. I'm not from Massachusetts. Actually, I'm from Birmingham in England, but I've been here a while now, and I've lost a lot of my accent. If you don't believe me, there's actually a famous person from Birmingham, England, and he died recently, so this is a throwback bit for Ozzy. Yeah, Ozzy Osbourne. So if I hadn't lost a lot of my accent, this entire set would be like this. I don't know where I put my guitar, and now I can't really practice, can I? And then I don't know what I'm going to do next, but I'm kind of hungry. Oh, I have to make a burrito, but I don't know where the kitchen is. Sharon! So you can probably understand me. By the way, if at any point in the show you cannot understand me, you can make the universal sign, which is this. But since I can't see anything up here, you can also just yell, Ozzy, right? So that'll work as well. So I have been here for a while, believe it or not, and people are confused sometimes when they hear me. They're like, is she English, American, Canadian? But the way you can tell the difference is by how we all apologize. So if you're British, it's like this. Really sorry to bother you, but I just wanted to say I was sorry. Sorry? Whereas if you're a Canadian, it's I'm so sorry, right? But Americans, when you need to apologize, it's, let me see if I can get it. I don't give a shit. So I think I got that right. There are some slight nuances if you listen out there. Yeah. I've actually, one of the other things I get being a Julie from England over here is people call me Mary Poppins a lot. But it's weird, my first real job was as a live-in nanny. So everyone thinks it was like this. A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down, the medicine go down, the medicine. But it wasn't in England, I was a nanny in Germany. So it was more like this. Schmeißes rein! Schmeißes! Du hast mich. Anyway, I'm missing Rammstein. Okay, so yeah, I've been here a while too. Actually, I don't do that job anymore. Surprise, surprise. And I don't have kids. Is there anyone else in here who doesn't have kids? You know, clap, please. Yeah, oh, thank you. Thank you, because the last time I asked that, nobody clapped, but that's what happens when you do shows for a cult. So, but yeah, I don't have kids, and I think there might be something wrong with me, because I never find kids that cute. You know, they've got those big eyes, and those big mouths, and they're all like crammed in those tiny heads. They're like, little human junk drawers. And you know what? They're full of shit. They're not that useful, and you can never fit a potato masher in there. How are we doing though? How has your week been? Are you glad the week's over? Are you happy for the Memorial Day, Labor Day weekend? Also Memorial Day, but it's in about 6 months. Happy for the Labor Day weekend? Yeah, ooh, okay, great. Yeah, I don't know about you, but I've had a terrible week. On Wednesday night, some hose scratched the hell out of my car. Yeah, no more garden tools in the garage. Yeah. And I know it's a terrible joke, but it's actually true. So, the other thing that happened to me is I put my neck out last week. You know, when you reach a certain age, it seems like any little thing can kind of set it off, right? And the weird thing was, what was embarrassing, was the way I hurt my neck was I was brushing my teeth. And I'm British, so I'm not trying that again. Anyway, actually, I've traveled a lot. I'm pretty lucky, right? From the UK, I live here, and I get to travel quite a bit. I've been on holidays, and I travel for work, and people get jealous. And I don't want to make you jealous, but I'm going to. I would like to tell you about a lovely holiday break we just had. There was sun, there was scenery, delicious food, very exotic. It was this lovely little spot in the West Virginia. Yeah, you've heard of it. Yeah, and you know, West Virginia it really is lovely. And when I go on holiday, I don't like it to be, I don't want to be one of those tourists who just doesn't take in the local culture. You know what I mean, like all White Lotus-y. I don't want to be that way. And, you know, just sipping cocktails at the pool in the swankiest hotel in the West Virginia, the Days Inn in Wheeling. Where are you from, by the way, I have to ask?
Boston.
Where are you from originally?
South Carolina.
Well, thank you, I knew. I did not just get off that turnip truck. So yeah, you're gonna have to put up with this, so I apologize. But this is about West Virginia. So I don't want to be one of those tourists who doesn't take in the culture. And I don't know if you know this, but country music is a really big deal in the West Virginia. And who doesn't like country music right now? Yeah, you know what? I used to feel the same way, but Beyonce says it's okay now. So we went on this tour of this real place called the Country Music Highway in the West Virginia. My husband and I, we're driving the truck. He's driving the truck. We got the real country music experience, you know. He's driving the truck breaks down. He jumps out and leaves me. This bearded dude with thorns in his hair gets in, and I'm like, Jesus, take the wheel! Yeah, I did just become kind of generic Southern. I know it's generic. But if you ever wonder how you can get into a Southern accent, it's actually really easy. It just takes 4 words. Big KK Mart. You cannot say Big KK Mart without being from the South. Right? It works like this. There I was, having tea and biscuits with King Charles. And I said, do you have any more of those chocolate biscuits? And he said, I'm afraid I don't. I tried to get some from the Big KK Mart, but they ain't got none no more. That's how it, instant, Big KK Mart. The middle K is silent. And I don't think they have Big KK Marts around here anymore, do they? No, but I'm kind of worried they're coming back. Yeah. All right, we're going to keep going there. So there you go with your Southern accent. Actually, West Virginia really is lovely. I recommend going there on vacation. It reminds me a lot of holidays I used to take when I was a kid in France. And I think if the French and the West Virginians were to talk, they'd find they have a lot in common. You know, it might be... in France, we cannot drink the water out of the tap. But it's okay because we have these bottles of water called Perrier. Well, West Virginia, yeah, I buy those plastic bottles of water by the caseload down at Walmart. Well, in France, we prefer to have a glass of wine or two. The wine is famous in France, from Bordeaux to Champagne. Well, West Virginia, we don't need no fancy wine, because we got moonshine. Well, in France, we have world-famous restaurants with famous chefs and their amazing cuisine, or how you say, cooking. Well, West Virginia, we're real famous for our cooking too. At least my cousin Jebediah was, until the trailer blew up and he got thrown in jail for cooking meth. I know, it sounds like I'm just being all superior. I mean, I am superior. But it sounds like I'm being all superior, picking on the French and the West Virginians, right? I do want to say, I've studied French my entire life. Je l'utilise au boulot. I speak French at work. That was real French, yeah. Thank you for noticing. And as you can tell, I am learning hillbilly. So I've been Julie. Now you've got an amazing show this evening. Thank you for coming out to Great Falls Comedy Club and give it up for Leonard, please.